obìnrin ẹ má jẹ́ kó politics yé o má jẹ́ kó politics kẹ́lẹ́ jọ pé ẹ tó máa bọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ tó ojú òṣùwọ̀n ni.
That was in 2019 at the Awujale Festival. The Awujale at the time, Oba Sikiru Adetona, was issuing a warning about his secession. Now, in 2026, that particular warning seems to have been foreshadowing the controversies around the throne today. And according to the 1959 Chieftaincy Declaration, the Fushegura ruling house is supposed to produce the next Awujale. But with 95 aspirants, the massive interest has turned this selection process into a national headline. Internal friction within the family, allegations of corruption, among other petitions have risen in the process.
When the family was asking us for non-refundable 10 million naira payments, I had to tell our Olori Ebi that this non-refundable is going to denigrate the Obaship, the stool of Awujale. Before we start hearing again that some people were buying cars for some people, they were distributing rice, they were, even before we even make this whatever, some people were sponsoring themselves already and calling themselves the Awujale, when the matter is still halfway. It's so funny to me, when they first of all brought the list of the 95 Obas out, because they made us to appoint a representative for the meeting. And when they came out, my name was not there. Well, I should not believe that list, but my name is on the list as Kamaruddin. I said, but my name is Abdul, as surname, Adebayo, Kamal. I said, but they didn't even, they deliberately shut me out in order that I would not be seen on the list.
And in all this, the family has also sought to clear its name.
I will start with somebody saying that they were asked to pay a certain amount of money for forms. Yeah. That actually came up when the family looked at it that there's going to be a lot of expenditures. Who's going to cover it? We don't need to start running to local government or looking for an individual to do it. But when a superior argument was placed on the table that, look, it's going to be like driving some people who don't have money but are entitled away if they don't have money. And we looked at it, and to the extent that even those that had paid were refunded. So that's part A. Allegations of bribery, we frown at it. Allegations of inducement, we frown at it. The Jebus have a structure in place that is frowned upon to... All I know is that everybody was refunded. Can't do whatever it is not right to put somebody on the list.
Checks and balances.
That's what I'm going to. For the checks and balances, we have the traditionalists. They're there. That they are still the last line for every chosen candidate. There's no candidate that will just be chosen by their forebears or the kingmakers, and they will just go and present it to the government, and the government signs it off, which they have to do legally. I tell you, if his document is there, and his name is spelled like he's insinuating, then the most important thing for him, let me just quickly say that, if the government leaves their Afobaje to do their work, there will be interviews. He will use his mouth to tell them that I'm not Jabba, I'm Abdul, even though I have Jabba on my documentations. Please revert my name. He's not the only one that did that. Several people came back and said the way their names were written, they are not, it's not the way it's in their documentations. That's one.
There's also the case of Fuji musician K1 saying he deserves a shot at the title. However, the family does not believe he is a part of them. With all these and more, the Ogun State government decided to intervene initially sometime in December. And so in late January, indigents of Ijebu land took to the streets protesting, saying that the selection process must not be hijacked. All All of this and more made the state government intervene and suspend the selection process. But some might ask, doesn't this amount to political interference? And of course, the state government seems to suggest that its action is only to ensure that the process is right with the law, which means the state government is doing this to bring clarity to the process. And as we saw in a similar case in the stool of the Alaafin of Oyo, government intervention might just be saving the Awujale stool from further controversies and maybe even litigations. But then our fingers are crossed as we pay attention to see how things pan out. And as things stand today in Ijebu land, we can only wait to see how tradition will thrive in the face of modernity.